It's Ohad Pearl here, Geriatric Care Manager for Covered Caregiver, and in this video we discuss how one of my caregivers works for 4 different agencies and cares for 6 different clients. 2 clients are 10 hours a week, 4 clients are 5 hours a week. It's a lot. The reality is that seniors either need lots and lots of care, such as 24/7, or may simply need a few hours a week. And in this video, we'll discuss a typical caregiver schedule, the commitment level to these clients, and what that means to you, the potential client or family looking to hire. First, most caregivers would prefer a full-time schedule, anywhere from 36 to 40 hours per week. And in order to get that, they need a combination of clients that will tally up to a full schedule. 90% of senior clients, however, do not need 40 hours of care per week. And most likely, an elder will need either the 24/7 or just a few days to hours of services a week. This means a caregiver needs multiple clients, and one agency may not be able to cut it or prioritize a particular caregiver when there are dozens who are looking for assignment. That said, caregivers routinely apply to different agencies in the hopes of being assigned clients that will provide them 40 hours a week that they're looking for. Second, before a caregiver picks up additional assignments elsewhere, they usually are already committed to or have been assigned a care client that gives them the brunt of the hours. That could be a client who needs 20 hours of services a week. The other 20 hours can be accumulated by applying to other agencies and letting them know you only have 20 hours a week available. When the agencies need that help, they send out a text message to their massive roster, and the first to accept gets the client. If you thought matching occurs for you or your loved one, guess again. Your caregiver is simply the luck of the draw. Third, so what does this mean to you? Well, if you're simply in need of a temporary caregiver of 2 weeks to a month, then a caregiver looking to build a full-time schedule may not really affect your needs. But if you are in need of a long-term placement, this means a caregiver's scheduling needs often comes before the client's needs. That's just the nature of the beast. One of the biggest concerns is an excellent caregiver who works for you for a few weeks to a couple of months, and since you're only providing them with 10 to 15 hours of work, they are more inclined to move on to a client who can give them more stable hours that can secure a long-term schedule for them. Oftentimes, a caregiver who finds a client with more hours in finalizing a full-time schedule will take that work even if it means less hourly pay. Now, if you're hiring through an agency, then ask the agency if the caregiver is currently assigned to another client or clients and for how many hours. If you're hiring independently, then ask the caregiver the same question. The more hours you are offering to provide the caregiver agency, then the more likely a strong and qualified caregiver will be assigned to you without the likelihood of them leaving you for a more stable schedule. And so to conclude, it's important to understand that caregivers are essentially people who need work just like any of us. And in this industry, a client oftentimes does not come in need of 40-hour weeks. Knowing this fact can help you understand what an assignment for you or your loved one really means when you're considering hiring a caregiver and the schedule that comes with it. A schedule that is once a week or random days may not even bring back the same caregiver to you or your parent. There is just no consistency for that caregiver to take on work. Consider hiring caregivers or working with an agency in which you can provide as many hours as possible so when being assigned a caregiver, you are getting the cream of the crop. Thanks for listening. I hope this information is helpful. Please subscribe and hit those like buttons when you can. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.